Thank you for listening to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at James 4 tonight. It says, what causes quarrels and what causes fights among you? Is it not this, that your passions are at war within you? You desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. You ask and do not receive because you wrongly ask to spend it on your passions. You adulterous people, do you not know that friendship with the world is an enmity with God? Therefore, whosoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God. Or do you suppose it is to no purpose that the Scripture says, he yearns jealously over the Spirit that he has made to dwell in us? But he gives more grace. Therefore it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Cleanse your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Be wretched, and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to gloom. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will exalt you. Do not speak evil against one another, brothers. The one who speaks against a brother or judges his brother speaks evil against the law and judges the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is only one lawgiver and judge, he who is able to save and to destroy. But who are you to judge your neighbor? Come now, you who say, today and tomorrow we will go into such and such town and spend a year there, trade and make a profit. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. And it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. So whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. James chapter 4. I've heard it taught many ways. I've heard it used as a condemning passage, telling us to straighten up or you're going to hell. That you need to, kind of interesting with the one part, be wretched and mourn and weep. Let your laughter turn to mourning and your joy to gloom. Oh, so you just need to be a grump. But what I see from here is the humbling part and the treating of one another and knowing your plan. What is your plan for your life? The first part of this, it talks about how you desire, do not have, you covet and cannot obtain. You do not have because you do not ask, or you ask and do not receive because you ask wrongly to spend it on your passions. From my heart, I think we're to be here for one another. Yes, we go out, we, hang out with each other, have a good time, have great conversation, play games, watch movies, talk. But I take that entire first part of what is your passion, what's driving you? Are you going to work to get money so you can be greedy? Just to play all the time, not to do anything good, not to have, to use a big word, philanthropy. Because that is what I think we are all called to do, is to take care of one another and help one another. So are you taking that and helping yourself and ignoring everyone else? So you're doing it for your own advancement, but not doing it to advance your brother, to advance your sister, to advance your friends. I know I get yelled at a lot, and I'll use yelled, condemned, whatever word you want to put in. I've had some friends because I have these ideas and I want to do them. I want to move forward. And then I talk to other people and they say, well, but if you do that and if you keep giving them a part of that money, then, what about you? Well, it's not just about me. It's about me and those who believe in me, those who support me, those who want to see me make it to the next level. It goes both ways because I'll take them with me. As you're moving up, as you're getting closer to God, who are you bringing with you? As you're moving up in business and treating each other, are you treating each other well? Who are you taking with you? Who's really there with you as you make your way up the ladder, as you become successful? Now, we've had the conversations before. No, I don't believe that you take the scripture and the God and shove it down somebody's throat, because I don't think that's what we're supposed to do. But we do need to share, it says that they know we're Christians by our love, our compassion, how we treat other people. So how are you treating someone if you're not being there to help someone and exhort them and lift them up? What are you doing to show them who you are? What are you doing to show them who they can be? You're so worried about what you want. You're so worried about what your passions are. You're so worried about what's going to get you to that next level that you fight, you backstab, you rumor, talk about people behind their back. Now we go into the next part where it says, do not speak evil against one another. What's the thing we always heard growing up? If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I think there's a lot of truth to that. I find myself to where I probably can whine and complain a lot, and then I feel bad because I'll say something to friends, and then I apologize because I say, oh, I just feel like a real whiny baby today. And there's some that'll be like, well, yeah, you are. You just need to stop. Da, 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 da. And then there's others that they say it's okay. We have our days, which we do. It's living in faith, which is not easy. It's not easy. Keep it moving forward no matter what obstacles being thrown in your way, because you have your hope, you have that goal, you have your plan of where you need to go. And you need to keep that straight path of faith to move forward. But there's still the reality that you know that you're still living in, because things need to be done. Bills need to be paid. There is a reality. You can walk in faith and you can move towards what you're hoping for, what the plan is for your life. But you can't ignore reality either, because reality's there. Hope, it's that plan. Faith, it's that pathway to get to that plan. But what's your plan to get there? I was talking with someone a couple weeks ago, and I was talking about Jesus and his disciples. And there are times when you're reading through the scripture and Jesus going to the next town, and he would send disciples ahead of that town to prepare the town. Well, that sounds like a plan. A concert coming to town, and they send the road crew ahead to set up the arena for the show. A speaker coming to town, they send someone ahead to get things set up and ready for them to come, so they're able to speak, they're able to perform. There's a plan. And then we talk about boasting. Today or tomorrow we will go and do such and such a town, spend a year there, trade and make profit. Is it always about profit? Is it always about money? Because at that point, if you're just focusing on that money piece, what's the next step? You've made the money. Now where are you going to go? Well, that's not a plan. What does that make of your life? Chasing the dollar? It says instead, if the Lord wills, we will live and do this or that. Each progressive step that you make, It should be moving towards where your goal is, your purpose, what it is that you need to be doing. You move forward, is that pushing you closer to where you need to be and what you're supposed to be doing, what you need to do. You know, you've got a business. You're trying to grow that business. You want that business to be successful. The decisions that you're making, are they decisions that are building that business to move it towards the black, profitable? So you can pay your employees, you can pay yourself, you can pay your bills. Or are you making decisions that are hurting the company, that are going to fall it into the red and possibly cause it to close because they're not very good business decisions? I always find it interesting when you can take the stories, the analogies, the parables, and there's different ways that you can apply them to life personally, to life professionally. What is that end goal? What is the plan? And who are you planning to take with you? Growing up in church, your goal is to go to heaven. Who are you taking with you? Business, your goal is to have a successful business. Who are you taking with you? Who are you discipling to then not only do you have a successful business, but then they could go and have their own successful business, or they can take your business and break off, and then you can have another successful business. Franchising. What are you doing? What is that plan? Or are you boasting and living in arrogance? Because it's all about you. All about you. You're not worried about those around you. You're not worried about your family, your friends, your coworkers, your employees, your managers. No. Not your problem. Because it's all about you. I'm not one that believes in that. Because I believe we're there for one another. I believe we're there to help one another. And I believe we're there to lift each other up. To make them a better person. Because by making them a better person, I become a better person. To help somebody else grow in their job makes me a better manager, a better supervisor, a better owner of a company. Because if they're successful, guess what? I'm successful. That whole domino effect. Are you pushing them over and they're falling to the bad? Or are you pushing them over because you're doing all the right things and it's taking you right down the path to where you need to be? Questions you got to ask. Questions I ask myself all the time. James chapter 4. That's what we're looking at today. Read it. What do you see out of that? What's being spoke to you? Again, it's the Bible. And we need to read it on our own, and we need to see what's being spoken to us. One by one. Because there could be something happening in your life that it could speak to you and help you through. So you can survive, become successful, be a winner, become a better person, and then help others become better people. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.